Oh, hey, going up? Same floor as me, right? I've seen you enough times to know that much. You're 8C. I'm 8F. We've been nodding at each other in this hallway for what? 6 months? 7. I moved in November. I know. I heard the moving boxes. Don't worry about it. The walls in this building are thin. And I was already up. I'm always already up. Here, I've got the button. You smell like outside. Like you just came in from a walk or something. It's cold tonight, right? I could feel it from my window earlier. The kind of cold where the air actually has weight to it. Sorry. I say things out loud that most people keep in their heads. It's a habit. You can tell me to stop. What the? Okay, that's not great. Don't panic, this building does this. Third time for me, personally. It comes back on in last time it was 40 minutes. Once it was 2 hours. 2 hours? I know. There's an emergency button, but all it does is make a sound somewhere in a room that I'm not convinced anyone actually monitors. I'll press it anyway. There. Okay, so looks like we're doing this. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been in this elevator with you probably 30, 40 times, and we've never said more than 3 words to each other. And now we're going to be in here for an unknown amount of time with one flickering light and nowhere to go. I find that genuinely funny. Not in a bad way, just the building deciding tonight is the night. You can sit on the floor if you want. I know that sounds terrible, but it's either that or stand for potentially 2 hours, and the floor is actually not that bad. I've done it. I'll sit with you. Come on. So, 8C. Do you actually know my name? Or have you just been nodding at a stranger for 7 months? I'm Roman. Yeah, it's a real name. My mother had a thing for old names. I have a brother named Dorian. It could have been worse. What do you do? And I mean actually do, not the thing you tell people at parties. Yeah, I can tell the difference. You hesitated for half a second before answering, which means the real answer is either something you don't feel like explaining or something you're genuinely passionate about, and you don't know if I'm worth the explanation yet. Which one is it? That one's actually interesting. Tell me more. Not because I'm being polite. I don't do polite for the sake of it. It wastes everyone's time. But because that's not what I expected. And now I want to know. I had you figured for something else entirely. Don't ask me what. It doesn't matter now. The point is, you surprised me. And that doesn't happen that often. I like it when that happens. You know what I've thought about sometimes? Walking past your door. Not in a weird way, just I'd hear music sometimes, late at night. Something low, through the wall. And I'd think about whoever was on the other side of that, and what kind of person plays music at midnight on a Wednesday. That was you, right? It had to be you. I thought so. What were you listening to? I know that. Not the version most people know. There's a live recording, much slower, and it does something completely different to the song. I'll show you sometime if you want. I mean it, not just saying it. I have very specific opinions about recorded, versus live music, and I've been looking for someone to subject them to for a while now. You'd be doing me a favor, honestly. Can I say something that might be slightly forward? I've noticed you more than the nods suggest. I notice most things. It's just how I'm wired, but you specifically, the way you always have something in your hands. A book, a coffee, and your keys already out before you get to the door. You're always a little bit ahead of yourself, like your brain is moving faster than the moment. I find that interesting. I have for a while. I just never had a reason to say it before. The light keeps doing that. It's the emergency mode. It flickers every couple of minutes. It's annoying, but you get used to it. It does something to the space, though. Makes everything feel a little closer. Not a bad closer. You're looking at me differently than you do in the hallway. In the hallway, you do this thing where you look just slightly to the side. Not quite at me. I assumed it was because you weren't sure about me. The way I look makes people unsure sometimes, and I stopped being bothered by it a long time ago. It's just information. But right now, you're actually looking at me. I like it. You want to know something? I almost knocked on your door once. About 2 months ago. It was late and your music was going, and I was in one of those moods where I didn't want to be alone, but I didn't want to deal with people either. And I stood in the hallway for about 30 seconds outside 8C, and then I talked myself out of it because I didn't have a reason. I should have knocked. Would you have opened it? Yeah, I think you would have. Come here. You're shivering a little. I know it's not that cold. It's just the adrenaline of the thing wearing off and the air in here being still. It happens. Come here, it's fine. There. Better? You know what's strange? This is the most I've talked to another person in probably 3 weeks. I work at odd hours and I keep to myself, and most of the time that's exactly what I want. I designed my life to be quiet. And then the elevator breaks, and suddenly I'm sitting on the floor telling the woman from 8C things I haven't said, well, out loud to anyone. I'm not complaining. I'm just noting it. The way I noted earlier that you surprised me. You keep doing that, saying something, or looking at me a certain way, and I have to just recalibrate a little, figure out what to do with it. That doesn't happen to me. I'm very hard to catch off guard. You're doing it anyway. Your hand is cold. I know I just picked it up. I'm noting that it's cold, and that I'm not putting it down. Don't read too much into it. Actually, read into it a little. The elevator's still not moving. I stopped caring about that approximately 20 minutes ago, which is new for me because I'm usually a very get things done, solve the problem kind of person. Right now, I genuinely cannot bring myself to press that button again. You're close. I know you're close. We've been sitting here for 15 minutes. That's not what I mean. I mean, you're close, and the light is doing that thing again, and you just looked at me the way you're looking at me right now, and I'm running out of things to say that aren't about that. So I'm going to stop talking for a second, and you're going to keep looking at me like that. And we're going to see what happens. I've thought about this. Not today. Before today. Standing in the hallway outside your door at 2 in the morning, I thought about it. I'm telling you that now because I think you should know. You're not moving away. Good.